Hello! In today's video, we are going to be talking about the TPT Forward 2021 virtual conference. The live is done, but the replays are still in effect till the end of the month. And I am going to give you my thoughts about the conference, and there are a few more people that want to chime in. Stay tuned. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If this is your 100th time, welcome back. And if you are here because of the teacher tag, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk about teacher side hustles, tips, tutorials, strategies. And this week, we're taking a tiny break from that to talk about the TPT conference. This year it was virtual. And one of the things that I thought about a few weeks, almost maybe even a month ago, was maybe let's get some other teachers' input in this video. And so we are doing a teacher tag. I have tagged 3 other teachers down below so that after you watch this one, if you want to hear some other opinions, check them out. We have a short list of questions that we're going to go through, and then I'm going to share any last thoughts about how I felt about this. And the first part is the quick fire. Okay, I've got 1 minute to answer these questions, and my time, I gotta get the timer ready here, starts now. How many times have I been to the conference? 0. This is my first time. What kind of conferences do I prefer? I prefer, at this stage of my teaching career, virtual all the way. I need a list. Which presenters were you looking forward to? Honestly, none, because I didn't know most of them. I just thought of any presenter that was talking about a topic I was interested in, I was looking forward to them. And the last one, what preparations did you do? I did a few things. First of all, I followed on Facebook the TPT Forward Facebook group, which was excellent. I also followed the TPT Forward Conference store on TPT and got lots of handouts there. And what else did I went through the list a couple times. I went through the list a couple times to see who I wanted to watch, because I made the decision that I only wanted to view between 3 and 5 a day. Okay, not bad. Overall impressions of the conference, I enjoyed it. It's my first one. It was nice to do it in the luxury of my own home. I could watch videos when I wanted to. Some I watched as early as 5 a.m. because it was on Eastern time, and they started at about 4 a.m. Pacific time. I watched a couple of keynotes at about 5 a.m. So that was nice, and then I didn't have to watch some, and then I watched some in the afternoons. I watched some in the evenings. Again, I could do it at my leisure. Really enjoyed that. If I didn't enjoy one, I turned it off. I also installed a Chrome extension where I could fast forward or at least speed up the speed of videos. I love that, and I did it almost all the time. So virtual, yes, I enjoyed it. Happy. I think it was money well spent. The workshops that I benefited most from, good question. Monday's talks were the ones that really got me thinking about things. The first one that I listened to was Erin Waters' systems that every TPT seller should have. Really enjoyed that one, because at this stage of my store and my business, my current systems are not sustainable. They're kind of falling apart a little bit. And so, not that I knew this at the time, but after listening to her talk, I realized I needed to make some tweaks on my own systems. One of the things she recommended and she gave a template of is using Trello. And I might do a video on using Trello because I am now using it. I made, actually not more than, I took her template and then I made 4 more. So we'll see how it goes this following week, but if it goes really well, maybe by the end of July, I will do a video on Trello. It's free. Some of the other workshops that I thought were beneficial were, I liked the workshops where they were coming from a completely different perspective. I liked the fact that there was one on making your first 1,000. It was not what I expected at all. It was not what I expected at all. I like that. And that actually gets us into another question, that was there anything I was surprised by? Yeah, I was surprised by the approach that someone took. I think in my mind, when someone says, I'm going to show you how to make $1,000 your first month, they've got these steps. And that's not what they were doing at all. They were basically talking about a flagship product. And I was already talking about that here just on when I came to product lines and things like that. But I really appreciate what they said. I think it was comforting to me about how much other sellers struggle. Sometimes you feel like you're in this alone, which is one reason why I enjoy making YouTube videos. You do get this sense sometimes of isolation, and when you go to these conferences or any conference, you find out that you are not the only one feeling this way. So that's always a nice, reassuring thing. And even some of the bigger sellers sharing some of their goofs or blunders cracked me up. And I, again, not so much surprised. It was more of a comfort to know that, okay, I'm going to continue to make blunders. I made a major one recently. Won't be the first. It was the first, won't be the last. So there was that component. 1 to 2 major takeaways. 1 to 2 major takeaways. Okay, first one. Change is inevitable. And I think if you want to grow your business as large as you want it to be, I think you need to anticipate change and be willing to make changes. I think that's the biggest thing. No one really even said that, but that was something that's what I took away. On the Friday session, there was a video by Rachel Lynette. Many of you may never have heard of her. Rachel Lynette was one of the first TPT sellers back in 2003, 5, I can't remember the year they started. She is a millionaire because of TPT. She showed this TPT through since the beginning video, and I saw a lot of changes that TPT has made, and it was very interesting video to watch, and it just again reiterated to me that TPT has made the changes, other sellers have made the changes. I'm going to need to make changes. You will need to make changes if you want to keep growing your store or business. And the other one is that we are in the business of sales and selling. And there was actually 3 or 4 that said that. And yeah, it was something that I thought, yes, we are making products that are going to help other teachers, but in order for that to be accomplished, we need to sell. We need to sell. And that's always a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, because for me, I was in another business before and I really didn't like to sell. And I still get a little bit uncomfortable doing it, but I'm seeing more the reasoning why we need to sometimes take that approach. Whether we are doing copywriting, whether we're making videos or pictures of our products, that is one component of our business. So that was another big takeaway for me. Hacks or best practices. Chandra Martin talked about PowerPoint. And if you watch this channel, you know I love PowerPoint. She shared some things that I knew nothing about. So that was exciting. She's excellent, by the way. And she has a store called the Teacher Gameroom, I believe. And she's got the previous year's PowerPoint talk on there. I think it's $10. She also has tutorials on how to make, she has a lot of PowerPoint games. That was interesting. You know, you never know what, I mean, most of the time we're told to just stay in our lane and keep our head down and focus on what we're doing. And I've said that myself. But it's interesting how what people are making and they're successful at it. PowerPoint games was not something that I thought was in demand. Obviously it is. So that's good. I like that. I like hearing other people's successes. Things that I would tell new sellers or seasoned sellers about the conference. I don't know whether I would recommend a new seller go to a conference. If I was a new seller listening to what I heard this past week, I think I'd be completely overwhelmed, completely. So I think if you were brand new and you were wondering, if you were a new seller and this was your first conference and you went, please let me know down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on how it went. To me, I thought it could be completely overwhelming, especially 5 days. I think 5 days was excessive, but there was a lot that they covered, which was great. To the seasoned seller, I think there were a lot of things that they could skip. It'll be interesting to listen to one of the other teachers, sellers' videos, because I haven't listened to them yet. Because there's a couple seasoned teachers in the group, so I'd be curious as to what they thought. There were videos. I think the majority of the videos were people who have been selling 1 to 5 years. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I felt that if I was a seasoned seller, I don't know whether I would have gone, even though there were good stuff. Would I attend next year? Would I attend next year? Not in person, because those who know me, I, Lord willing, will be in England at this time next year. Virtually, I would consider buying a ticket. Yeah, I'd consider buying a ticket. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think I would. I think I would. I don't know. How about you? If you went, would you go next year? Virtually or in person? It will be held in person, and they're offering virtual option in Chicago for 3 days. I think it was July the 8th to the 10th or 6th to the 8th. And it was later in the week, so it's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or something like that, which is, I think, is a better option for people. One other thing I wanted to point out is I attended a bunch of the lives, so the live chats, which I really enjoyed, because I mean, I had one of my questions answered, and there were a lot of really good questions that were posed to the panels, and I thought they were really well done. The TPT staff did a great job. I did one of the live stretches during the week. That was good. It was nice and relaxing. I didn't go to any of the after ones. Again, it was a time difference problem for me, because they would be at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I was Pacific, so it was like just after lunch, and it was weird to me to, anyway, so I didn't go to the evening things, because they weren't evening to me. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, my feeling always is grocery cart. Take what you need and don't worry about the other stuff. And the other thing I always do is have an expectation that you are going to get a nugget. And I actually got 2. So I am thrilled about that. That's it. So before you go, I'd love for you to make a comment. Whether you went to the conference or not, I'd love to hear about it. Those of you who saw yesterday's video, the video on Saturday, in celebration of 1,000 subscribers, we are doing a giveaway, so your comments on this video count as well. And you can check out that video. I'll put it right here. And it's not very long, so check that one out as well. Check out the other 3 teachers who are posting their videos the same time as this one. Again, they are down below. And I hope you are having a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Next week's videos here on this channel are going to be the Pomodoro technique, which, by the way, was mentioned multiple times at the conference. And the other one is going to be on terms of use. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe and being healthy, and we'll catch you in the next videos. Take care, everyone.